Born into one of Kenya's most influential families, Raila Odinga Junior has lived a life that blends privilege, ambition, and quiet struggle. He is the third-born son of Raila Odinga, Kenya's former Prime Minister, and Ida Odinga, a respected educator and philanthropist. But behind the fame of his last name lies a man with his own story, one built on business, resilience, and an incredible fight for health and purpose. Early life and education. Raila Junior grew up in a home filled with politics, leadership, and constant national attention. Yet, even in that environment, his parents raised him to think for himself, to value education, hard work, and humility above everything else. He studied both locally and abroad, gaining global exposure that shaped his worldview and his future in business. Though he keeps many details private, those close to him say his education instilled a sense of focus and determination that continues to define him today. Business ventures. Unlike many political heirs, Raila Junior didn't rush into politics. Instead, he chose the path of business, a world where results speak louder than names. In August 2022, he became the financial director of East Africa Spectre Limited, Kenya's leading LPG cylinder manufacturing and revalidation company, a business founded by his father back in 1971. Under his watch, the company continues to dominate the market, holding roughly 20% of new LPG cylinder production and over 80% of the revalidation market in Kenya. Beyond that, Junior owns stakes in Pan-African Petroleum and works closely with B Energy, another growing force in the oil and gas sector. Though his personal wealth remains undisclosed, his strategic business roles and ownership interests place him among Kenya's most successful young industrialists, a man quietly building his own empire. Personal life. Away from the spotlight, Raila Junior is a husband and a father. He is married to Yvonne Wambui, a woman who has stood beside him through every triumph and every trial. Together, they share a child and have been open about the challenges they faced on their journey to parenthood. Their love story is one of partnership and patience, proof that even under public scrutiny, love can remain private, strong, and true. Health challenges. But not everything in his life has been easy. Behind the confident smile, Raila Junior has fought one of the most difficult battles of his life, a battle with his own health. For years, Kenyans noticed something unusual. The right side of his face appeared slightly paralyzed. He later revealed that he had been diagnosed with a non-cancerous brain tumor known as an acoustic neuroma, a tumor that grows on the nerve connecting the inner ear to the brain. The condition caused damage to his facial nerve, leading to partial paralysis. He has openly shared this journey, talking about the fear, the pain, and the slow path to recovery. Through it all, Raila Junior never stopped working, never stopped showing up, never stopped believing. His courage has inspired many, proving that real strength is not the absence of weakness, but the decision to fight through it. Public voice. While he rarely seeks attention, Raila Junior occasionally steps into public conversations, especially online. He uses his platforms to speak about leadership, youth empowerment, business, and national issues. To many Kenyans, he represents a new generation of leadership, modern, thoughtful, and driven more by ideas than politics. He carries his father's legacy with respect, but also builds his own path with purpose. A family legacy. The Odinga family name runs deep in Kenya's history. His grandfather, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, was the country's first vice president, a man who stood firm for independence and truth. His father, Raila Odinga, remains one of Kenya's most iconic political figures, a symbol of resilience and democracy. And now Raila Junior represents the next chapter of that story, a chapter not written in rallies and slogans, but in business, innovation, and quiet determination. He carries the Odinga spirit, bold, visionary, and unshaken, but expresses it in his own way, through leadership in the private sector, through family, and through his courage to live authentically. Conclusion. Raila Junior's life is a reminder that every great name hides a human story, a story of strength, of struggle, of second chances. From boardrooms to hospital rooms, from privilege to purpose, his journey shows us that legacy is not inherited, it is built. And while the world may see his face as unbalanced, his spirit remains perfectly strong, perfectly determined, and perfectly human. Closing line. This is the story of Raila Odinga Junior, a man who carries a great name, but an even greater heart. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more inspiring Kenyan stories.